podcast, where she will help you successfully change careers at any stage of your life. She will help you take action in locating your passion, research your skills, and move to your ideal career to live on purpose and grab your dreams. So get ready for your host, Janola Johnson.
Hello, and today our topic is going to be on designing your own professional career website. The reasons for your website or any website can be for businesses and for personal use. Businesses need them in order to showcase their business to the marketplace, the products or the services that they have for sale. People have personal websites, and sometimes they use those to show family events such as engagements, weddings, a new baby, and so forth. And these are the kind of websites that people do just for fun. And then there are other ones where people like to share their hobbies and certain interests. But I have found in today's very noisy job search arena that more and more people are using websites to show their professional skills to potential employers or clients. This is sort of like a resume, so to speak. So people are doing this through sharing photos about their industry, videos, or blogs, and they're using SEO to help get noticed through Google. They're using the SEO throughout their website. So let's break down the options that you have. You can either have a blog or you can have a static page. A blog is a website that is updated frequently. I the how this podcast is located on a blog. I post very frequently on my blog on this topic or any topic in this niche area. If you choose to do this, you would need to post weekly, or you can post twice a month or monthly if the only reason that you're having a blog is to showcase your career. Then that would be frequent enough. If you're doing a blog for something else, you have to post more frequently than that. And you will post new updates that are occurring in your industry, your opinion about the ideas in your industry, or how to, and some helpful tips. So for instance, my career, like I mentioned before, is in education. So if I was doing this, I would have a blog post, maybe talking about, I know Common Core is kind of not the major issue right now, but charter schools and private schools and public schools is a big issue right now. So what I would do is I would post new updates on things that I've heard either in my state or nationwide, and I would talk about, my opinion of how I feel that it's going to affect public education or not affect public education. And then I would, sometimes if it's something on dealing with IDEA or special education, then I could do a how to on how to teach children with special needs, such as ADHD or learning disabilities. I could kind of have a little video showing how to, help a student hold a pencil correctly, because that I do run across that quite frequently, and some helpful tips on getting them to learn how to read their sight words. So those are the kind of things that I would have on that particular blog if that's one that I was doing for a career. You can also have a static page or a static website, which is where you would post information not as frequently, but you would need to change it. It's not something you just put up and leave it alone. You would need to change it as often as you can. You want to add new pictures, you want to add videos, and so forth. So in both of these options, you would still have to have a home page, an about page, and a contact page. All right, so for blogs and for static websites, you may also, as I mentioned earlier, post videos, photos, And you can have downloads. If I had like a little worksheet on how to, walk the teacher through helping the child learn how to hold the pencil correctly or learn their sight words, I could have that in a PDF form and then they could download it. I would also have my resume. If this was the site that I was doing for a professional career, I would have my resume in a downloadable format so that if an employer wanted to hire me or contact me for consulting, then they would have that information. So there are many platforms that you can use to host both of these, either the blog or the static website. And I have worked with GoDaddy, Weebly, Spotify. I'm sorry, not Spotify. Shopify, Squarespace, and WordPress. I have a site on Weebly right now. I first started off with GoDaddy, and a lot of the sites that I have now are on WordPress. Most of these are pretty easy to use. The Weebly is the most easiest, and Squarespace is pretty easy as well. You can use, they are very easy to navigate. You can get them going in a matter of a couple of hours. If you have all your videos and your pictures together and your resume, you can get that going within an hour, really. Then the word, but however, if you want something more elaborate, WordPress can be a bit difficult and it has a huge learning curve. But, you can add plugins and different things like that, more advanced themes to really hone in on what you want your site to look like with WordPress. Let's talk about the 3 must-have pages that you need to have on either your blog or your static page. You need to have your a home page, you need to have an about page, and you need to have a contact page. So let's talk about each one of these pages. In your home page, you need to include who you are, what your interest is, and why you are doing this website. Okay, you just something very simple. My name is Janola Johnson. I'm a career educator. I've been teaching for X number of years, and my specialty is in special education or reading endorsement, something like that. Okay, so pretty much that's it. And I have a nice picture of myself on the web page, either just a photo of me or me working with children. So in my about page, this is where I will go into more detail about the number of years I've been teaching, about where I would have taught. It could be rural or urban, and that makes a difference in some places where you apply to work to teach. Specific trainings that I've had and how I've used those trainings to enhance my classroom. All of those types of things would be in my about page. And also, I would definitely include what I hope to accomplish and where I want to see my career move in the next phase in my career. So I will make that very clear in my about page. So if anyone is looking to hire me, they already know that I'm probably not looking for a classroom position, that I will be looking for something more in another area. So it will be very clear, and you need to make that very clear in your about page of what you're looking for. So then finally, your contact page. All right, so your contact page is how people will be in contact with you. And you would have your email address, your phone number if you like to put that on there. But at this point, I would most definitely have a downloadable version of my resume. So, these are the 3 main pages. You can add more pages on your site. It doesn't have to be just 3. I would suggest you add more than just 3. But those 3 are the main pages that you need to have on your website. So now let's look at what we talked about. And I said you can have a website for personal or business reasons. Your personal website is, basically for family and friends and fun, things like that. Your vacations that you have every year, how, your children are growing up in little activities that they're in. But then you have one for business, and this shows off your professional career skills. You can do this in a static page or you can do it as a blog, but either is great, and you can use videos and photos for either one. All right, so you may be thinking, wow, I think I really want to do this. This sounds like something cool, and I might need to do that so that I can, move into the area in my career that I want to move into. And I have a solution for you. So to create your own personal, professional career website, I have created a 3-hour course on creating a professional career website. This course is $49, and you will be able to get everything completed in 3 hours. So you can do that in an afternoon, or definitely a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a step-by-step tutorial. In addition to that step-by-step tutorial, I am going to include, only for my podcast listeners, a redo of your resume or a doing of your resume. So basically, if you don't have a resume, I will do it for you. You purchase this class, and if you have one, I can review it, and that is included in that cost. So only for my podcasters, I'm going to include that into the cost of the class. To find the link to the course, you can go to gebjohnson.com/career website. And there will also be a link to the course in podcast number 6 on a professional career website show notes. And there will be a link in there as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want you to like the podcast because now we're on iTunes. Yay! And I'd like for you to like our Facebook page at gebjohnson.com and follow me on Twitter, and it is at gebjohnson. Remember, I want you to live your life on purpose, and I want you to grab your dreams.